Safe.
After
After
a
a fashion.
Oh my god, can you answer one question without being vague? Ugh.
She's a former Jedi. That's what they trained to do from since they were kids.
I can just imagine Esper is in the middle of giving birth. Her waters have broken and her husband's asking her, "Are you okay? Are you giving birth?" Perhaps.
Perhaps.
It's like, would you like the salad or the chips? Perhaps.
No, it's
No, like-
having a Jedi girlfriend and just like, what's wrong? Things. And with a Mandalorian girlfriend, she just walks in the room angry, like, my stomach hurts. They're just like, all right, we can move on from there.
Perhaps it's my soul, my extra-dimensional force that is wrong. Perhaps not. Who knows? It is you to
Well,
decide.
it's
what?
like, honey, what's wrong? I sense a disturbance in the force.
I'm hungry. Oh.
It's like, what kind of disturbance? I don't know.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Is it bad? Is it good?
I
Perhaps.
just think it's funny that. Oh god. With Mandalorians, they just tell you. They're just like,
Exactly.
somebody said I was a bitch. My stomach hurts. I want
Master-
a hug.
Master Makura, this inside help we are talking about, is it only the Twi'lek or are you implying something else?
To be honest, I have no proof. Either way, it would be useful.
But you
if-
evidently have a suspicion.
Yes, I do. I'm afraid that in some misguided attempt, some of, or at least one, of my Jedi Knights or Padawans have been giving them information in exchange for something.
So this is why you want outsiders. You can't trust your own people.
That may be the case, but recently the Padawans are becoming more receptive to the Twi'lek's plight. So it's more than likely some of them have been manipulated by their lies.
Well, they are young and impressionable, and everybody loves a sub story.
Let's see. What would be most useful? Actually, yeah, no, I'm not gonna delve deep enough for that. I just want to know her emotional state currently.
Her emotional state is not apathetic, but she is annoyed. And is currently trying to fight her more passive-aggressive nature on the subject. As you know, her race is... it's masters at being passive-aggressive and looking down on people.
Check.
About the Twi'lek issue. How do you want that handled? Or is that left to our discretion?
I am leaving it to your discretion. After all, by all rights, they are illegal upon this planet.
We're not going to murder them. I hope you're not suggesting that's an option.
I'm
Of
just
course
leaving
not.
everything on the table. You never know. What if they become aggressive? We need to defend ourselves.
This
Never
is
write out such a
sadly
possibility.
correct. He is sadly correct. If they do become aggressive, then you must defend yourselves.
I'm sure it won't come to that.
Even if it did, I doubt they would constitute a serious threat, one that actually requires lethal response.
No,
Unless they are surprisingly well armed, that is.
of course they won't. But then again, they were, well, foolish enough to work with a bunch of raiders and lowlifes, so you can expect anything.
I
If they're
suppose.
that desperate, who knows what they're capable of.
Well then. Does anyone have further questions?
No, I think we're ready to venture forth and investigate.
Perfect.
Well then, Master Makura, I suppose we shall be on our way. I bid you good day. And Teaser once again bows.
Good day to you as well. I wish you luck.
One last thing before we leave. Master Makura. As for our rewards, does that include information we might be interested in?
I could acquire some, yes.
That's all I needed to know. Kora's gonna nod slightly and head off with the rest of the... Right then, I believe we should head for the forge first, so we can find out more about the Padawans and a few other things.
True enough. Plus we might find some clues on the way, I suppose.
Indeed.
After that, I would suggest we should probably go to the Twi'leks first.
Do you think that's wise? What if they tip off the raiders about what we're doing?
They might. On the other hand, do we really have any other place to go to find the raiders at the moment?
That actually might work to our advantage. We do have a Mandalorian with us. If word gets out there's a Mandalorian on the warpath, and the raiders will be confused.
The raiders are here to make a lot of credits because of artifacts they plunder. Greed has a way of, well, clouding a person's mind. As intimidating as a Mandalorian is, when it's on a scale against greed, I question how effective it's going to be.
I can be very effective.
Kora just shrugged.
Still, we would need to find their ship first to make sure they don't get off world.
I guess that's fair enough. It's not like we have any leads to go on.
Kains?
I suggest we have Astrid poke to the Twi'leks. Maybe scare them off a little bit. Make sure they know they're illegal.
I'm not sure bullying them is a solution.
If anything,
all,
that's gonna
over.
get us in trouble.
Jack, do you want to build a wall?
it has already been. After all, it has
Damn
already been
Twi'leks.
tried.
And they're gonna pay for it too.
Oh
I
my
would suggest
God.
that this is that this is likely a result of the lack of olive branches.
Listen, I phrased that incorrectly. What we want to scare them with is the raiders. We don't want them allying themselves with the raiders. So we need
That
to
is
make them
true.
scared of the raiders.
Before we can convince them to do one thing or another, we should learn more about their current issue. We've only heard one side of the story. We should talk with them, see how they see things. That's gonna help us, well, persuade them, shall we say.
So I suppose we come back to investigating the forge and then off to the Twi'lek village.
Yeah, I suppose.
Very well.
Astrid, any objections?
Nah.
By the way,
Don't worry,
Ash,
I'm sure we'll get a good fight once we find the raiders.
I absolutely question this decision for us to have an immigration session in the middle of what's happening worldwide right now. What were you thinking?
Look, this is what's happening in game. This is on the timeline. It's not in game.
Deported.
Suddenly this.
This is gonna get so fucking politically charged, it's gonna be
you
insane.
Guys, it's okay. I'm an American. I can just get my president to build a wall against these damn Twi'leks.
Next
Deported.
next NPC Ash brings out Jedi Master Trump.
Oh, for
We
fuck's
need
sake.
to build a space wall to keep all these fucking Twi'leks at them. They're
Please stop.
coming in. They're taking our jobs.
Logan Paul,
And
Logan
if it
Paul,
fails, they're
Logan
just
Paul,
gonna
Logan Paul.
typhoon exit it or something.
Why did you do this, Ash? You brought this on yourself.
I didn't. Look,
You couldn't have not known this was
they're
gonna
called
happen.
pilgrims.
They're called deported.
Also, wait, what? Why did it like making a pill? Oh, never mind. Oh well.
I didn't make it. That's what they're called.
Hey Ash,
No,
I would know where the forge is, right?
no.
What do you know?
You may have built a lightsaber, but you never had a personal one. Hence why you built your personal one now. But it's easy enough to, just get a map and say, oh, here it is.
Droid,
Yes, sir.
point us towards the fort.
Of course, sir. It is here. And he hands you like a small map of a data slate.
I hand the map over to Lizard. Here we go. This is where we're heading.
I'm assuming the map makes sense to me,
It does.
considering I've actually been to Typhon before. Like, no, you cannot find your way. Mrr.
Question is, do we need speeder bikes to get there, or just a long walk?
Well, we do have speeder bikes, so that shouldn't be an issue.
I'm looking at the
Frankly,
map, measuring the distance required.
We might require them anyway, considering we need to get around.
Cora smiles. Finally, a chance to use the bike that my boys got me.
Exactly.
Let's go back to the ship then and grab the speeder bikes.
Actually, how many bikes do we have?
3.
Oh.
Yep.
So
how
somebody
many
has to
actually
ride shotgun.
Yeah, how many actually have piloting planetary train?
Not me.
Let me check. Well, it's not trained, but I have 3 pips, so I'm okay.
Right, you have 3 pips, but I don't have it trained. Does Astrid have it trained?
Well, there's
Do I
only 4
have
of you,
what
so...
trained?
Piloting planetary.
Piloting planetary, not
I
piloting
do.
husband.
Well, I actually no, I don't have piloting planetary trained. I have it in my career though.
Oh, cool.
So basically me and Teaser are the best. And by that I mean...
I'm riding with somebody else.
Yeah.
Wow, how... yeah.
Holy crap, you actually have a lot of agility, nice.
Well, yeah, I need it
Which
for
is,
shooting.
I mean, yeah, she needs it for shooting, but which is why it's surprising that you failed so spectacularly.
Oh yeah.
What in the shit?
That's like a double crit.
Oh, apparently I am the god at riding, somehow.
I'm gonna ride with Teaser.
100% talent, no skill. Like, zero
skill
actual
or
skill,
talent.
just talent.
I'm surprised you guys haven't been using them. Right.
Caesar's been riding a shotgun all this time. Hey, Amanda, are you comfortable with riding with someone who's technically blind?
It's okay. You do that force thing and then you drive.
You do that.
Oh yeah,
from
last time you were riding
do
shotgun with me and my hair was basically in your face.
I'd like to imagine that, like,
Yeah, have fun.
Caesar drives the
Have
bike
fun,
like she
guys.
stole it or something. With, like, extremely small margins.
Yeah, Astrid just knows you might not have eyes, but you do that thing and then you like see.
That must be
You know?
very unnerving for everybody else on the road. Well, look at that fucking blind person. She's riding. What the fuck?
Oh, I'm also gonna have my cape activated so it can billow in the wind majestically.
Wait, it
Right.
needs to be activated to billow in the wind? What?
Well, yeah, I don't.
Activate.
Well, you see, the thing is, usually I don't have my cape activated because taking a cape into battle is it's dumb, and I don't want it to get caught on stuff regularly. So I activate it on occasion to look badass.
Oh, we're going full weeaboo right now. Let's do it.
Oh, you cannot say, "Oh, are we going full weeaboo?" when you have the long shoulder, like long ankle length white hair and you're like 400 years old. No, you do not get to talk about being weeaboo.
I'm actually more to the 300 rather than the 400 range, I'll have you know.
I'll have you know that you're gonna be 600 in a minute if you keep that up.
How does that
Oh,
work?
for fuck's sake. Jesus.
Yeah, you
Sit
don't get
down,
to say shit
children.
about being weeaboo. You don't get to say shit.
Cats.
I'm a kitty cat. And a dance 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 and a dance dance dance.
Right, I suppose off we fuck in the direction of the forge on our speed bikes. Wait, oh, okay, I guess Kains is not driving.
No.
No, he's riding a
Wait, so
shotgun
you're
with me
gonna
then.
force Astrid to drive with that abysmal roll?
No, he's riding with Cora.
Correct.
All right.
Right. You are heading. Let's get rid of you, put you here, put you here.
Actually, I'm assuming that this functions more like the 40k systems, where like unless you're actually doing something out of the ordinary, you don't need to make a check to just drive from point A to point B.
Yeah, you're not gonna. It's not gonna be that hard.
Like, no, you need to barrel roll around the tree to get to this like house.
If you fail the roll, your fucking thing immediately blows up and you all die.
If you fail the roll, you're gonna crash into the sun. What?
You just do.
Oh my god. Sure, Batman.
What?
Excuse you.
Batman. Anyway.
Batman's a pussy. Doesn't even kill people.
Oh my god.
Well, did you watch the last Batman vs Superman movie? Apparently he uses a gun and kills people now.
I mean, even before then, Batman sure as fuck kills people all the time.
Oh yeah, have you played the Arkham games? Kills people all the time.
Okay,
Yes, he's
correction.
always been
Batman
killing
is a
people.
pussy. He doesn't kill everybody.
Well, no, because that would be a murder hobo.
Seems awfully harsh. He's not
He's
a proper
awfully
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Man whore.
He'd be kicked out.
Well, okay then. Ash, do we encounter anything strange on our way to the forge?
Yes, actually. Let me see.
Apart from, you know, the cheap
drive
fast
to
food
the
shops that are littered with very cheap help.
As you're going along, you do see various beasts. Of course, there's some nice, well, herding animals type things, and I shall show you those now. One moment.
Oh yeah, since we went back to get our speeder bikes, can I say that I probably got my kitty cat to come along with us so, you know, it can breathe some fresh air and explore the area?
It would be fine with this.
Nice.
Wait, cat?
Yeah, my kitty cat. My Lynx.
Oh, right. There was that.
Right, so yes, you see these creatures basically wandering the plains, eating random foliage and the like. Unlike the normal cow-like creatures, there are some here and there, but not as prevalent as, well, these things. They are basically very large quadruped animals with massive forearms. They've been lifting.
They've been lifting.
Yes.
Okay,
But
why is this...
you-
yeah, sorry, go on.
I would say, as you start getting closer, however, you see less and less of these creatures. And you start to see why. There are rather a lot, and very aggressive from the way they're trying to chase your speeder bikes at times, and even attacking the other creatures. There are these creatures, and these, which seem to be unusually aggressive. You've seen them out on your way here as well, but they seem much calmer. But the closer you get to the forge, the more bestial they seem. Much wilder.
Why is everything so agitated out here?
I don't know. It shouldn't be.
Sir, you've been to Typhon before, is this normal?
I assure you it is most definitely not. What do I have?
What could agitate them in such a manner?
Ash,
Yes.
to my non-existing eyes, what does the force look like in this area?
It's dark. Not pitch black, but it's clearly not as stable as it is on the rest of the planet. driving them. Almost like it's feeding off of their aggression. And it's just building back up.
Is it like it's like radiating out from where the forge is supposed to be?
Not exactly from forge, it's more like it's just saturated the area.
This is just a weird thought, but considering the raiders have been stealing a lot of Jedi artifacts, do you think it may have in some way affected how the Force flows through the planet, and that may have caused some kind of harm to the local wildlife?
I suppose it's possible, but I don't see how that would create this sudden explosion of darkness. It's like the entire area is just blackened.
I mean, it's not like we know what kind of artifacts have been buried here. Only the I was gonna say God, but only the Force knows what those bastards have gotten.
True. Let's see.
Can you sense anything else with your magical eyes?
Actually, yeah. Ash, can I couple my like either Force Sense or Farsight with my ability to see the Force and try to like figure out where this effect seems to, like, if this effect is actually coming from any place or if it's just, I don't know. Not.
That would be something very unique to your race, which you have not learned.
Oh?
Yes, it's called the Life Web.
Huh. I'm gonna come back to you and ask you where I learned that. Moving right along.
Maybe another partially blind place. Who knows?
I feel I now need to visit the Lucasine. Anyway, or Lucasene, or however the fuck they're pronounced. Whatever. Well, I suppose all we can do for now is continue on to the forge and see if, well, that area offers any sort of explanation.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Let's not linger too long. These things are way too aggressive for my liking.
I hope one of the Padawans hasn't turned to the dark side.
Now that would be disturbing.
Considering where we are,
Although,
very unlikely.
well, you might think so, but it's not that unheard of, actually.
Come on now, Tizzer. If they get corrupted here, then what place is safe?
No place is safe. Place does not determine whether or not you fall. It is what is inside you.
I know, but still, considering where we are, come on. This is pretty much the heart of the entire Jedi Order. I mean, you know.
And throughout the history of the Order, there have been instances of Padawans attacking their masters in rage.
I might appreciate the Jedi, but I don't always agree with how strict the Council are.
It's not necessarily common, but it's, like I said, it is not unheard of.
You know.
And you are correct in that, Kains, which is why I left. If you bottle everything up, then when it becomes too much, you do not know how to deal with it.
You know,
Yes.
it's moments like these that really make me miss Revan. During the war, we had one enemy. We were all united and fighting against it. There was no place for doubt. There was only room for action. I miss those times sometimes, no? Now everything seems so uncertain.
I wish you'd
Uncertainty
stop.
breeds ability.
Hang on, Jack, carry on.
No.
I was going to say, Jack keeps getting interrupted. He needs to speak.
It's difficult when, can't see each other.
Yeah, I understand.
I wish you'd stop romanticizing that mass murderer.
Mass
Korax.
murderer?
Yes.
Kains. If it wasn't for him, there would be no Republic.
He was also a Dark Lord of the Sith.
No, he was many things. A Sith he was not.
Kains doesn't look convinced.
That's actually something I've been wanting to bring up for a while now as well.
Oh?
Way back, in a temple, we saw a vision in the future of Revan fighting a Mandalorian, my son. If that comes to pass, I need to know whose side you're gonna be on.
Wizard, that was just a vision. Revan is long gone.
Is her?
Astrid, you mean?
I mean Astrid. Astrid.
Pick.
But hypothetically, if it did,
That depends.
I would stand with you and your family, of course.
Do not be so quick to jump to conclusions, Kains. I mean, we don't know. Your son is not even born yet, Astrid. We have no idea what kind of person he's going to become. Naturally, as you and Jack are gonna be raising him and will be around, I'm hoping that he's gonna be a good person. But again, we live in very uncertain times, and well, everything happens. That's all I'm saying.
I have no doubt your son will be a very good person if he's raised by you. Try not to worry too much about those visions.
He does have a point in that regard. The future is not a certain thing, always in motion.
Which
Difficult
also
to see.
means that that vision may never come to pass. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, maybe it can, maybe it can't.
It may also be that the Force is trying to tell you something. Although in a very roundabout way.
well, then it's gonna have to speak up because I don't understand a word of that shit. At this point, Astrid's just gonna shrug and continue along.
You will when the time is right.
Wizard, I think you're making it worse.
You will understand.
Theseus
Oh
gives a
God,
cheeky
she's
grin
doing
in
a
response.
condition.
Yeah, it's basically just like, you're going to understand in time, and I'm just like, whatever. I'll pay attention when you all start making sense.
You know, one day Tiz is going to reveal. Oh, I was just bullshitting all of you. I was just
Like I said,
At any rate, don't worry about it too much, Astrid. If it happens, that for some reason in the future your son does something that I don't agree with, I'm gonna make sure to give him a stern talking. I don't intend to draw a lightsaber on him or something, in case you're wondering that.
Astrid's walking off at this point.
you
why
mean
are you
driving
walking?
off.
I think
Oh,
we're riding
we're still
light speed
driving?
bikes.
That being
She
said,
just... I didn't know we were okay, fine.
That
She's
being
just
said-
kind of shrugging at that.
as you are going, you do spot something. A pile of ropes by a rock.
Caesar will slow
A pile
down.
of ropes by a rock? Is there a tall tree in the area?
I don't get the reference.
It's not a reference, it was a suicide joke.
Oh.
Oh,
The fuck?
Anyway, Caesar will slow down and stop by the pile of ropes.
We doing suicide jokes now? What?
you do see.
We always do suicide jokes.
You do see a deceased Padawan.
Oh wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah, as you slow down, you do see
Oh
that
my
there is fact a face under it, and you do see that there are giant puncture wounds in its chest.
Doctor?
Wait, is the face visible?
No, it's hoods over its face.
I pulled back the robes to reveal the face.
As you reveal the face, the figure before you is a young man with a buzz-cut hair, human. But his skin is pale, cold, not yet decomposing.
Right, before
Is
we
his
do...
eyes closed?
Yes, and despite the body being here, There's no other signs of wounds.
Before we do
Apart from
anything else,
punctures.
perhaps we should let the medical expert take a look.
Kains kneels down just to confirm he's dead. He looks pretty dead, but you know, beyond.
That's
You-
not what
you
I
mean-
meant, and you know it.
You mean roll medicine? It's like, yeah, he's dead. That's not what I meant.
This reminds
He's-
me of that fucking podcast of Rooster Teeth, the 5 signs of death. First,
Fuck.
the head is missing. Second,
No,
blood outside the body.
I can't tell if he's dead.
Can I also check if he's dead?
For fuck's sake.
Dude, are you seeing this?
Come on, T-Rex! Fuck you, bitch!
on the building, collateral damage.
Fuck collateral damage, I'm an giant ass robot!